Hey guys, what's up? All right. Wait for everybody to pile up in here. How's it going, guys? What a recap. I'm so excited. 90 Day Fiance, the other way recap was insane. I'm sure you guys just watched it because that's why we're here. We have so much to cover tonight, guys. So while everybody starts piling in, let's talk about what we're going to cover tonight. So one, Deb, Colt, and Jess. That was insane. So we get to see Debbie act out a little bit, but I'm so conflicted because she's obviously just looking out for Colt, but we don't really, I don't know. We have to get into that because there's a lot happening. And then also we're going to sit there and jump into Angela and Michael. How dumb was it to bring 3 women to go meet Angela? That was insane. No way ever. No way ever. No hell way would I ever bring 3 women to go meet Angela. But we have a list of things that we're going to go over today, guys. So everybody go ahead and start piling in. All right. Take a sip while everyone piles in. Guys, if you're in here, say hi. And guys, I also do just want to say thank you again so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody kind of coming by. And you know what? Let's just go ahead, since it's already 10:01, it's 1 minute in. Let's go ahead and jump in. And yeah, let's talk 90 Day Fiance recap. All right, guys, so I want to start off with Jess calls out Colt on Debbie's behavior. So we see this episode start out where Jess, how's it going, Zach? Hi, Deborah. Hi, Vicky. Wow, guys, hi. I'm so excited. So it was crazy. So we obviously see Jess and he calls Colt a big man baby. And he's like, I think you're like a man baby. I don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. But Debbie's kind of pissed because we see she's tired from traveling. But there's so many things that I don't get as a part of this scenario. One, why would you bring your mom to Brazil? I get that she has to vet, whoever you're dating or whatever the case is, but bringing her to Brazil was just sabotaging your relationship. I think we all agree with that probably, right? And then I wrote a couple points on here too. The fact that Debbie didn't find out the next day. We go to a scene the next day where Colt is sitting there with Debbie and she just finds out. She's like, where were you last night? I didn't see you. And he's like, oh, we got a second room. There's so much miscommunication happening in this episode, especially with these two. One, why would you get the same room in the first place? 2, why would you not tell your mom in a foreign country that you're getting a different room? Why would you just get a different room without writing a note or something? It makes no sense. It's complete and utter chaos. And, he says to her, I love that Colt looks at Debbie and he goes, you're being a little bit of an asshole. And then he's like, I want you to make an effort with Jess. Get out of here. And then you're going to sit there and kiss on her and say like, oh, time for sexy with Colt. No way. It was incredibly disrespectful. I'm so team Debbie on this one. I think that, the way that they were kissing each other in front of her, there was just blatant disrespect for Debbie's, like just her presence. So I wasn't about it. Guys, I want to see if you guys will call in and hold on 1 second. Let's see if I can copy this. If I can get anybody to comment or call in, that would be awesome. And guys, also, so a lot of you guys have been messaging me and asking me if I will go ahead and do a PayPal on here because the Super Chats, YouTube takes money from it. So I decided to go ahead and make one of those. And I do appreciate you guys for all of the Super Chats, the Super Stickers, any of your donations. You guys are awesome and it keeps our channel going. So it's so amazing and we thank you guys so much because you guys make this possible for us. Link dropped. All right, guys. So let's keep it moving. Let's talk about Debbie, Colt, and everything going on. I put a link in there so you guys can call. I would love to hear what you guys have to think. I think this is crazy, especially the fact that he pushes Debbie to go have a conversation with Jess. And Debbie's just very honest. She's like, I think that Jess has ulterior motives, and I think that she has a plan here. And I think that she's sticking to the plan, and Debbie just says that she's going to decode that. While Colt points out the obvious, and he's like, I just don't want you to sabotage my relationship. But honestly, Colt, you're the one sabotaging your relationship because why would you invite your mom to Brazil, right? Makes no sense. I wish somebody would call in and sound off on this because this is nuts to me. Let's keep it moving and let's go on to our next topic. Mad, the PDA, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and I didn't understand too because this was in my notes from tonight's episode. when he asked her, he's like, what do you think of Jess? She's like, I just met Jess. And he's like, I really feel like I love her. I want to marry her, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, marry her? You just met her. He's like, actually, I've known her for a long time. What? 3 times that you've met in 100 FaceTime calls? That means you know somebody? That doesn't make any sense to me. And now you're going to get married and have babies? Like Debbie said, you've never talked about having babies. You have like 100 cats, not babies. This makes me need a glass of wine. All right, so we're going to keep on moving on to the next topic because I can't anymore with this whole Debbie Colt thing. I'm curious to see what happens, but as we can all see, any of us who follow Jess on Instagram or Colt, we know that Jess and Colt are no longer together, so obviously it doesn't work out, but that doesn't mean we don't want to see how it doesn't play out. You know what I mean? I still want to see how this all plays out. Zachary Halstead, he lied. Vicky J. Yes. Yes, you're right. Zachary, you're leaving me hanging, man. You can call in. All right, guys. So let's keep it moving to Elizabeth and Andrei. Because this was crazy, too. So we get to see a lot of this male chauvinistic side to Andrei. But I think it's mostly his culture. Obviously, that's such an easy cop-out, though, because we see him go around with Elizabeth and constantly just putting her down as an American woman and telling her that things are different in his culture. But then also in the same breath, he's taking her to these divey places, like the first wedding venue was terrible. And then he says, your dad's paying for it, so it doesn't matter. Your dad is going to pay for it. It does matter. And then, guys, I don't know if you were keeping up with this whole thing. Guys, we have 8 people in the room. Come on, let's pile this in. Share this video. Let's get 9, 10, 15, 20, 25 people. We're recapping 90 Day Fiance. Come on, guys. So anyways, Andrei, got somebody who's behind me. This was crazy. And he says that at the second wedding venue, he's sitting there talking with Elizabeth, and she goes, it's going to be about 120 or 1,200 or 1,500 lei per person. And he's like, she said, what does that mean? How much is that? And he goes, that translates to about 5,500. It's okay, your dad will pay for it. Well, I did the math, and it's not 5,500. It's actually $21,000, almost $22,000, $23,000, guys. It's a lot of money. So Andrei completely lied to Elizabeth about this. And how do I share video? There you go. Thank you, Deborah. But guys, this is crazy. The whole Andrei thing, I think that him sitting there expecting for her parents to pay for everything, and then she's asking about the food. First of all, the first janky place, that place was so sketch that there was no way. And then she's like, it's okay, we open the thing and we show you the food, okay? And he's sitting there explaining what the food is, and all she's saying is that my family's American, so they might not be comfortable with the food. Guys, I can understand this. I'm American, and I didn't try ketchup till I was 21, let alone like certain foods. Like, I don't mess with certain foods. There's certain things that I won't eat and put in my mouth. So if you're going to a wedding, and if you're paying for the wedding, you might want to be able to recognize something on the menu, and I think that's fair for her to ask. But Andrei doesn't think the same way. He's just kind of like, you know what? If your parents don't like it, how about they go to a fast food place across the street? Why don't they go to McDonald's? So I don't know, guys. I think it's a little aggressive. I think his approach is a little aggressive. But I love seeing Elizabeth stand up for herself, because when he's sitting there talking to her, she's like, shut up, let me talk. And he's like, shut up, you shut up, let me talk. So it was like a whole thing back and forth. And you know, it's a lot of conflict, and I can't wait to see some resolution with them. And Andrei keeps saying to Elizabeth, you're lucky that my dad can't hear you right now, the things that you're saying to me. But I almost think that he's lucky his dad doesn't know English, because the way that he talks to her, I understand, again, guys, it's a cultural thing, but sometimes it is so incredibly disrespectful. And there's no way, like, again, I grew up in the South. We would never, I have 11 brothers and sisters, 7 sisters. I would never talk to not one of them that way. And that's my sister, let alone if I had a wife. Thank God I don't. I'm gay. But if I had a wife, I would not talk to her that way. So Andrei, maybe you shouldn't be talking to Elizabeth that way. Let's see. Hi, Pam. Welcome. We talked about Colt, Jess, and Debbie. It's that whole thing is whack. So All right, guys. All right, guys. It's not letting me take this down. All right, guys, I'm back. Crazy kicked me out for a second. That's fine. You are welcome, Pam. Thank you, Deborah. Wow, you guys are all friends here. Okay. So, guys, let's keep it moving when we're talking about the Elizabeth and Andrei thing. I thought that whole thing was a fluke. I think the way that he talks to her is incredibly disrespectful. And again, I know that it's cultural. Can somebody please talk to me about this? This is crazy. I'm going to invite you guys. I'm going to share the link because I want somebody to at least call in and tell me what you guys think about this whole Andrei and Elizabeth thing. Her parents paying for everything. This is just absolutely nuts to me. And then the way that he speaks to her, it blows my mind. I wish you guys would call in, especially about the Colt, Jess, and Debbie thing. I want to know what you guys think of this. So sick of Andrei, Vicky. I hear you, Vicky. I do. And oh my God, guys! And Elizabeth getting baptized? What? So that was crazy too. Nobody even told her that she had to get baptized. And he keeps saying to her, "What, do I have to educate you?" It's not about educating her. It's about keeping an open line of communication. Why would you not let her know? Can't call in. Everybody's sleeping here. That's okay. That's okay. Hi, Lisa. Vicky, that's all right. Guys, if anybody wants to call in, you guys are more than welcome. If not, we'll just keep it moving. But no, it was crazy the fact that she gets baptized, and it's one thing after another, and she's been a trooper, but the way that he's talking to her is just absolutely insane. And then she goes along with it, but she's starting to give a little bit of pushback because especially Andrei's brother, his wife is like, Elizabeth needs to learn her place, and she needs to know the role of a husband and this and this and this. And Elizabeth's like, F that, I don't need to know anything. I don't need you guys to tell me my place, and as a woman, I can do whatever I want because I'm just as equal as a man. And I'm super pro, like, go you, Elizabeth. You tell them. Because I wouldn't sit there and roll over for anybody, especially not when my dad's paying for the wedding. Get out of here. Would have never agreed to that at last minute. Pam, there's no way. I would, especially, I'm not, again, we all have our own beliefs, right? I'm not an incredibly religious person. Elizabeth, I think, however, is. So with her being religious, I think it's just a lot to ask of somebody and put them on the spot like that. There's just no way that I would ever do that. But she went along with it. But for this other woman to be telling Elizabeth all the time, you need to learn your place and learn how to talk and learn how to be a wife and be submissive. Get out of here with that ish. Again, I know it's a different culture, but I'm totally like pro Elizabeth's side. There's no way. I would never listen to that. And even if I were a woman, if you sat there and told me what to do, or women, you need to shut up. Over in America, you listen. Over here, you listen double. I'd be like, you shut up. You shut up. You listen double. There's no way. I thank God her family's not there yet, because if her family was there, her family would not be having this, even though his family's watching, and I see this going bad very fast. Let's see what you guys are saying. I would never tolerate him talking to me like that. Lisa, I totally agree with you. There's no way, no shot, chance, way in hell I would be talked to like that. He is downright disrespectful and rude. Vicky, I am starting to agree. Again, I think it's a cultural thing, but come on. Lisa, Jillian, yes, sure is. He seems to enjoy belittling her. Jillian, I agree with you. I agree with you guys, and I think that this is just not going to get any better when her family comes. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm so curious, especially to see how he treats her in front of her family. I don't think that there's any chance that her dad's going to be okay with that. I think it's going to be just an absolute, it's going to be nuts. The whole thing is going to be nuts. So let's just prepare for it. Let's know it's going to be nuts, and that's just it, guys. Let's keep it moving because I want to go on to our next topic, and that's my favorite couple, Angela and Michael. Guys, I love Angela and Michael. Actually, I was on Sherelle's World last week, and Angela Dean, she called in, and she's so much fun. She loves Sherelle's World because Sherelle keeps it real. That's exactly what Angela said, and that's why we all love Sherelle's World. But no, she called in, and she's just very authentic, very straightforward, the same way you see her on the show. And I think that this was a good episode with her. You know, I feel so bad watching her with her everything going on with her mom. That's awful, you know, and it just breaks your heart because you don't want to see anything happen to anybody's parent, especially while she's all the way across the world. And when her daughter Skyla called, I was like, oh no, what's going to happen? But let's talk about Michael bringing her to meet the 3 women. What the hell were you thinking? There's no, like, how in your mind was that ever a good idea, Michael? Ever in your mind was that a good idea? It wasn't, was it? Let's see. Her dad needs to stop paying for everything. Jordan, yes, going back to Elizabeth. I agree. Her dad does need to stop paying for everything. Pam, Team Elizabeth for sure. Sister-in-law needs to come to America and see that women are equals here. Pam, I am totally on your side. Maybe the sister-in-law should come take a page from the book over here because, you know, maybe she should stop being so submissive to her husband. Let's see. Oh my God, I love them also. I saw that show. It was awesome. Michael and Angela, yes, bad move, Michael. Pam, I agree. It was definitely a bad move for Michael. Michael didn't think that through. No, guys, I agree. Michael definitely didn't think this one through. At first, he says that they're going to go meet a guy named Dawa, D-A-W-A, and there was no. Listen, there was 4 letters in D-A-W-A and Dawa, and there were 3 women at that table. Okay, 4 letters, 3 women, not the same. And all 3 of those women, none of them were a man. So none of that is the same. That was totally misleading. He misled that whole intro to that conversation and why they were going there. Get out of here. What were you thinking, Michael? There was no way in chance in hell that Angela was going to be excited about that. Especially you have 3 really, like, they're beautiful. 3 beautiful women sitting there. And they all kind of looked like they had, like, they looked like sketched and skeptical too. They were like, didn't they? They had the face. They had the faces on them that they were just like, oh, you're here. Like, we're on camera. And Angela's like, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. Guys, I'm adding this so you guys can call in if you want to. And I'm also taking another sip of my wine. Does anybody have wine tonight? Okay, guys. So anyways, we obviously know that that was silly, but we're praying for Angela, praying for her family, and yeah, that's just, I don't know. Let's see. Do you think his aunt had something to do with it? He had that talk a couple of shows back regarding having the children. I'm not sure because this wasn't really a children conversation. This was more of a coming to live in Nigeria as opposed to living in America conversation. And these 3 women were brought because they've all lived in America, and now he wants them to share their experience from coming from Nigeria to America, back to Nigeria, and why they chose to come back and live in Nigeria. So it's all chaotic, but the point is, she's like, Michael, I don't need no damn bitches to tell me, Michael. I don't need them to tell me what to do, Michael. Like, she's just on it. She's not, she's like, tell me how to live in America, Michael. I love her. Let's see. Skylar doesn't seem very responsible. Check your grandmother's oxygen. Come on. Lily, this one kind of hurt me a little bit too. When she said the oxygen was unplugged, I was like, unplugged? What do you mean unplugged? Like, would it plug it back in? What does that mean? Like, my poor grandma, if she was unplugged, I'd be sitting there giving her CPR until the oxygen thing comes back on, let alone like, oh, it's just unplugged. Grandma will hook it back up. It's all right. Just grandma will get her tubes back on. She'll hook the tubes back up. It's fine. Don't worry about it. No. No one, wine, just water. I'm a fuddy-duddy. Lisa, you're not a fuddy-duddy. I'm having red wine because this has been a long day. And I just recapped 90 Day Fiance. I'm excited. But this lighting is awful. But also, guys, it's 10:19 here. Lighting's awful, but it's 10:19 here, okay? And how long was it unplugged? Vicky J, good point. Never unplug the oxygen even when not in use. Jordan Parker, 65, good point. Guys, it's crazy because if anybody's following Angela, we know what the outcome of the story is, and it's awful. But I'm curious to see how this plays out with her and him getting married. They always bounce back and forth, and it's always all over the place with them. It's 1 second, it's like, I love you, Michael, and this is going to be great. And then it's like, God damn it, Michael! And it gets like nuts, and then it's like, you know, Michael, I just don't know if we're ready to do this. And it's, Angela, you're giving me whiplash, sister. Let's see this one first. Do you think the three ladies were being groomed to be possible surrogates? Oh my gosh. Jillian, I don't know. That's a great question. Like having Angela get to know them first, that way he could bring them back up in the future, because that is a good question. Almost like an audition of women to be a surrogate. I am not opposed to thinking that that could be a possibility. Jillian, you might be onto something. Let's hear from Esther. Esther says, I see what he wanted in their attention, but he should have known better. He should have had his guy friends there like last time with the ladies, because at least Angela was trying. And that's true too. It didn't go well when you had your guy friends there. When you had your guy friends sitting there talking with Angela, it didn't go well then. What makes you think in some crazy convoluted world that it's going to go good now when your girlfriends are there? Oh, I don't know them. It was supposed to be Dawa. I don't know these women. Bullshit. You knew him. You knew him, Michael. I'm Team Angela. He for sure knew those women. I think, again, it's cultural, and I think that she exploded over it, but he knew them. You don't just sit at a table and know where to go, and you don't know them. Jillian sees that, what I was thinking. Yes, Lisa. But guys, let's keep it moving. I'm going to move down to Jordan Parker. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. That was so sweet of you. Guys, thank you so much for all of you. Anybody who comes in here and sends a super chat or a super sticker, it's so sweet of you. It's what keeps our channel going, and I appreciate it. I just started a live this past weekend, and it's a new, fun, super chat feature thing that keeps the channel going. So, Jordan Parker, you're great. A lot of people were yelling at me this past week, and they were like, hi, Kimberly. A lot of people were yelling at me this past week, and they said, you're so new to live. You don't know. We don't do super stickers because you don't get to keep all the money. I didn't know that. So everybody was like, make a PayPal. Last time I did PayPal was when I was buying Beyblades on eBay. You know, that was like forever ago, and I think my account got like attacked. But I did go ahead and make a little PayPal today in case anybody wants to support the channel, because everyone yelled at me about it, and I do support and love the hell out of you guys. So thank you guys so much. I'm dropping the link to the PayPal. Thank you guys. Let's keep it moving. Let's see. Pamela, someone please call in. I can't. I have a towel on my head. Call in, please. Pamela, you can call in with a towel on your head. I'll go get a towel out of the room and put one on my head. If you call in, I promise you right now, call in and put a towel on your head and talk with me. I will put a towel on my head just to answer you. I promise. Okay? You have my word. All right, guys. Yes, Pamela. Yes. Do it, please. All right, guys, let's keep it moving. Let's talk about Asuelu and Kalani. Pamela, I'm not kidding. Pamela, please call. I promise you, I have a towel. You know what? Actually, Pamela, I need you to call. Pamela, I need you to call, and I will put this towel on my head, Pamela. Please, do it with me. I'm begging you. I need you. You're leaving me right now. I have it. Okay, guys, let's keep it moving. If you guys want to, try to convince Pamela in the chat to call in with her towel on her head, because I will answer with a towel on my head. I just want you guys to call and engage. I want to hear some questions, and I want to hear you guys let me know what your thoughts are on these topics. I didn't call to sit here and talk to myself. All right, guys, back to it. Kalani and Asuelu. So this is nuts. I don't know what's going on. I think as far as the way that Asuelu blatantly disrespects Kalani and her role as a mother, again, a lot of times we're dealing with this cultural stuff and the cultural differences, but there's no way. There's no way. Stop, you're going to make me... No. Actually, you know what? Pamela, please. This is for you. Come in with the towel, Pamela. I will talk to you the whole time with the towel on my head. I'm telling you, I'll do it. I don't care. There's no shame. Okay? Anyways, guys, Pamela, I'm just having fun with you. I understand, though, if you don't want to call him with a towel on your head. But Kalani and Asuelu, I thought it was crazy because Asuelu keeps coming with these kind of gender-specific roles in the relationship. And again, it's cultural. We get it, whatever. But the way that he says to her that her job is easy, and not just any female's job, but any American female mom's job or wife's job is easy. Thanks, Pamela. I just want to keep you guys engaged. Glad I can make you laugh, Jillian, and I'm glad you can make me think with your theories. But when Kalani's dad, thanks, Claudia. That was so vain that I just put that up there like that. Sorry. I think Kalani's dad, though, is so funny because him being from Samoa, too, the way that he says, listen, where I come from, we talk with our hands, like, keep disrespecting my daughter, disrespect my wife, and I'm gonna have to get violent with you. He's almost like a Samoan a Samoan godfather. He's like, listen. Keep talking to my wife with a little bit of disrespect. Keep showing some disrespect to my daughter, and I'm gonna slap you in the mouth. It's crazy the way that he talks, but it also scares the hell out of you. And Asuelu said that. Asuelu said, when he asked me to go walk the dog with him, I was a little nervous. I was concerned. Oh, there goes my titty tat running around here. Guys, say hi to Mayday. Mayday's here. Yes, you're right, Pamela. Dad is going to whoop some butt. Thank you for coming, Mayday. Thank you. All right. So Kalani and Asuelu, Asuelu is a little kid. I couldn't tolerate how he acts. It would drive me crazy. Yes, it actually drives me crazy. And the way that he exits from a conversation, and they have they have two little kids. And have you guys seen on the previous episodes where they'll come in or they'll get out of the car and she has both kids in her arms and he just goes in and closes the door right behind him? Tell me the difference in Kalani and her sister's names. Oh, God. I forgot. It was Kalani. They're literally like the same name. Oh, Kalani and Kolini. That's what it is. So it's Kalani and Kolini. Kalani and Kolini. It's very, 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 very similar. It's like being like Dan and Danny, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they're very similar, but I thought it was crazy the way that he was acting during their son Oliver's birthday. So we see Asuelu where he's not coming out of the room and he's acting a little bit like a child, but the whole family's there to celebrate this birthday. And he's like, you know what? If you keep coming in the room, I'm going to give you a scene if that's what you're looking for. And I thought that was crazy. The way that he's talking to her, saying that I'll give you a scene. You want a scene? Kalani's dad's going to come in and whoop some AXS. And it's coming, buddy. Be careful. You want a scene? You're not going to get a scene. You're going to get a whole Broadway musical. Okay? Careful what you ask for, Asuelu. And what bus? Where did that bus even go to that he got on, by the way, guys? Get on a bus. Randomly. And guys, I want to go to the last topic of the night. Oh, my God. Thank you, Lisa. I want to talk about our last topic of the night. I want to talk about Sinjin and Tanya because they're kind of a little bit on the more, I don't want to say irrelevant side, but we just don't see their storyline as much throughout this season. But we see Sinjin, obviously he talks to his brother, and his brother just suffered from a blood clot that almost made it to his heart. It was in his lung, and it got him hospitalized and almost killed him, which, get down. My cat trying to knock down the computer. It almost killed him. So it was really obviously like an eye-opener for Sinjin to be like, what am I doing here? Do I need to go home and be with my family, or is Tanya worth it? That's weird. Okay. As far as Sinjin and Tanya, I just don't know because he obviously we see him battle with his addiction with alcohol, and I don't know, is he saying that he wants to go back to Africa because he wants to be with his family and he's slowly realizing what's more important, and unfortunately that takes precedence over his marriage to Tanya? Or is he saying he wants to go back to Africa because it's not in him right now to grow up and man up and take the responsibility to stop the drinking, get a job, hold it down, and be a real contributing husband? Because I'm confused. I don't know what side it is. Again, if my brother had a blood clot, I would be first one on the airplane. Like, I get that part. But also, like, it's convenient. The way that he... Alexis, thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're amazing. Guys, thank you so much. Jordan and Alexis, you guys are both amazing. You guys rock. How great is Alexis and Jordan? Or are Alexis and Jordan? Thanks, guys. Got me all flustered and stuff. Hi, Carolyn Payne. Welcome. No problem. Thank you, Alexis. You're amazing. That was super sweet of you. You're amazing. I'm going to keep you around. Hi, Gina. Oh, hi, Carolyn. Carolyn or Caroline, I'm not sure, but hello. I just want to make sure I say your name respectfully. Okay. So guys, anyways, what's going on with them? I just don't know. Again, their storyline is not incredibly interesting to all of us. Sinjin should come to Washington. Oh, you like Sinjin? Do you, Jillian? I'm not a big fan, to be honest with you. Sinjin cannot get past the whole soulmate thing. I don't know what's going on with them, and I think Tanya deserves a little bit better than a lot of this uncertainty. I think this is just insane, the way that he's dragging her through this unknown of the relationship. And like she said, they've been together for 2 years and some change. So a little bit of stability is not a lot to ask at this point in the relationship. I mean, come on. Oops, I would want to go home too. Hi, Adam. Just getting here now. Notification. I'll rewatch from the beginning after stream ends. Thank you, Michelle, for coming. Regardless, I don't know why it didn't give you a notification. But thank you for coming. Guys, I'm so excited too. I'm getting more interactive stuff to make these little lives so much more fun. And this is my first live doing a 90-Day Fiance recap. So if you guys want to, and if you ever can't make Sundays and Mondays to do the 90-Day Fiance recaps, you guys are more than welcome to join me every single morning. Join me 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to go to the doctor, so I'm doing it an hour early at 9 a.m. You guys can join me every single morning, and I'm going to pick 5 hot topics, all things Bravo. Call in, sound off on it, let's talk about it, and we have so much fun in the mornings. Okay. Off-White rapper. Adam, how old are you? Actually, his hair's getting crazy. Actually, last week I just turned 27, so I'm 27. Adam, so wanted to support but can't agree. I feel like we just don't watch the same, but when I first was into you, I was so excited. Shannon, that's the beautiful part about all of this. We don't have to agree. That's the point of you calling in and engaging in this conversation, because we're different people and we're allowed to have different opinions. I invite all of you guys to call in with your different opinions, because just because I think one thing doesn't make me right. It's actually more fun when you think something else. We're not talking politics. We're talking TLC 90-Day Fiance. It's not that serious, Shannon. Tanya seems lazy, though. That's fair, Alexis. See, that's what I mean, Shannon. Have an opinion. It's okay. It's welcome. All right, guys. But no, with that being said, that covers all of the topics tonight. It covers all of the couples, everything that everybody was going through. I wish some of you, we can all agree to disagree. Yes, we can, Pam. And I'm going to agree to disagree with you not calling into me with your towel on your head, because I still have my little naked titty tat and my towel. Michelle, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're a doll. Wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't even explain how much this means to me. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I love doing this. Mayday loves joining me. We love being here for you guys and talking all things Bravo, all things TLC, all things 90 Day. And I love bringing you the celebrity interviews because that's what I do. Shannon Thomas, thank you. Of course. Again, we're all allowed to have our own opinions. So with Sinjin, do you think part of his waiting to go home is the rejection of the job on camera in front of millions of people? Kind of embarrassing. No, I don't think that's the decision to go home. But I do think, let me put up this because I think it pushes you to put, I'm not sure how this works. I'm still learning. But I don't think that that's what's pushing him to go home. I think that he's wanting to go home because he's starting to see it was a little bit harder here than what he thought. And I think it's an easy way out. I think when you're complacent and you get into things like drinking and you have other things that it's easy to just use those vices. I don't think that you have to contribute so much of your time to being successful or making something work where it's harder because you're absolutely content and lackadaisical in the life that you have. And that's what I mean. Hi, Adam. Love your channel. Abby, thank you so much. I love you. Alexandria, Angela's too aggressive and controlling. I do agree I think she's a little aggressive, but I love Angela. I live for a good Angela. Michael! It's like I live for those moments. Lisa Alexander, that's a good point. Thank you, Pam. You're always pointing out the good points. Who else do we got? Thank you, Gina. I'm going to be on Sherelle's World this Thursday, so make sure you come and watch us at 11 a.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. I like when she told him he was cheap, that he needed to let the money flow. Then she says, buy me boobs. Oh, guys, we have to talk about that. Yeah, Larissa and Eric, this was crazy too. Larissa and Eric, when he's like, she's like, you need to start letting the money flowy. And he's like, let the money flow. Like, what do you think I should buy for you? And she goes, the boobs. And then he like sits there and laughs it off like it's, ho, ho, ho. It's like, no, dude, she's being dead serious. She's legit like, no, I want the boobs. Like, you think it's funny? I still want the boobs. That relationship's not going to work. Actually, the rumor is that Larissa's getting deported. Meh. Thank you, Alexis. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Jen. Alexis, yes, she does need to send money to her kids because this is getting a little bit crazy right now. Let me see, actually, guys. I'm talking to Caesar Mack from TLC 90 Day. So I'm asking him if he'll call in right now. And maybe somebody will call in. Maybe he'll call in. We can talk about Maria. Listen, it's old school 90 Day, but it doesn't matter. It's still 90 Day, okay? It's relevant to the cause. What's your process of booking interviews? Off-White rapper. So right now we're in a pandemic, and I believe anybody is approachable. I think it's just about the time and everything that you put into it. Yeah, just reach out to people. Whether it's their email, you can get their contact information in so many different places. If it's a real celebrity, join IMDb Pro. Do the free trial for a month and join on there, and then get their agent's information. Put together a nice email and contact the agent. If it's somebody from Bravo or TLC, normally you can just get in contact with them on Instagram. All right. I think Colt should marry Debbie. Gina. We all hear you, but that's not nice. But guys, when Larissa's sitting there saying that to Eric, I thought that was crazy. Obviously, that relationship's not going to work. And then she's going back into the relationship with lying to her friend Carmen about it, when this is the only person who's been there for her with like no police included, no police involved, the one person who's had her back and has an opinion on this. And obviously, yes, she can't let her friend run her life, but you should probably take notice to what your friend's saying, especially since your friend is the one who's housing you. But with that being said, guys, I am so just done with the topics tonight. Without anybody chiming in, I need you guys to chime in, but this was just a crazy night. I don't even know what to say. I want to see more Angela and Michael. I want to see more Colt, Jess, and Debbie. I want to see what happens, and I want to know more about this whole Larissa potentially getting deported. But if you guys also watch Bravo, then you guys know every morning, I just started this on Saturday, you guys can join me every single morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to talk the 5 hot topics of the day, all things Bravo. I think you're not single, but would you go on 90 Day? Off-White Rapper, if you're asking me, I'm not single. My fiance is in the room behind this wall, and no way would I ever go on 90 Day Fiance. Nope, nope, no. No, sir. Did you watch Shaws of Sunset? Yes, I did, and we're talking about it in the morning. I cannot wait. The Shaws of Sunset, all of it was just insane. The reunion, guys, there's so much to talk about. You guys have to be there at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I can't push that enough. We have so much to cover. It was so good. Yes, Alexis, you have to join us. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to drop the link one more time and see if any of you guys will call in. If nobody calls in, and I'm going to give it a good 2 minutes. Let's see. We're at 41:10 live. I'm going to give it till 41 or 43. If nobody calls in, then we'll end our night. No. I hope that they are not deporting Larissa because I love listening to the way she talks. Oh, deportee. Well, you might have to listen to her talk from Brazil, Alexandria, because I don't know if she's going to be sticking around. Oh my God, I can't wait to hear you talk about Shaws. Abby Cortez, I hope you join us tomorrow. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join me live to talk the Morning 5. It's like my little radio voice. All right, guys, T-minus 50 seconds until we end this chat. If nobody calls in, I'm going to go ahead and end it. All right, before we go, does anybody have anything you guys want to sound off on? Good. How do you guys too? Guys, this has been so much fun too, by the way. Thank you guys again, everybody, for joining me. This was so much fun. I was thinking because normally oh God, my cat is knocking over. Oh God, it's too much. Yes, Shannon, I looked it up. I said this earlier in the chat. It wasn't 5,000 something. It was over 21,000 US dollars, which is insane. Absolutely insane. It was such a lot. Cody and that girl is just focused. Oh, Colty. Yes. Yeah, it's weird. It's very disturbing. And then what about Cole telling his mom how loud Jess is when having sex? I could have vomited in my mouth. I will figure out the call in next time. Good night. Thank you, Jordan. All right, guys. So with that being said, tomorrow morning, you guys can join me again, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to talk all things Bravo. And then same time tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tomorrow 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because we're going to be recapping 90 Day Fiance the other way. And this is going to be a little bit messy too, so hold on, guys. Get ready for this. I'm not good with electronics. I don't know how to call in. Somebody else do it. Call somebody. I know. That's what I said. Jordan Parker. Shannon just said, how do I call? Hold on. Click the link that I just posted, Shannon, and see if you can make it in. Yes, June, my cat I have a Sphinx cat just like Dina Manzo, and then I also have her sister who I adopted. Their names are Vesper and Mayday, but the sister is half Devon Rex and half Sphinx. So I have 2 titty tats, and they're crazy. All right, guys. So with that being said, guys, we're going to have to go ahead and catch up tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. We have so many fun things to talk about. So thank you guys again so much for joining me tonight. This was so much fun. It was fun doing my first live recap with you guys of TLC 90 Day Fiance. Happily ever after, and I can't wait to see you guys same time next week to talk the same thing. Otherwise, I'll see you Monday through Sunday because you guys are going to join me every single day at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you guys then. Bye, guys.